But welcome to Talking Real Estate, a Champions Real Estate team here at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate Company. My name is Mark Warner II, team leader here. And let's jump in. Before we get to the numbers, let's jump in and look at what our quick tip is for today. So quick tip today, biggest thing is we look at is having a strategy. You guys have heard me many times before in my videos talking about strategy in the marketplace and what's going on and having a game plan. That is huge. So if you're not working with an agent that's using a strategy on how to market your home from a listing standpoint, or even how to get your offer and get you a seat at the table with that seller on the buying side. So I think that's the biggest thing is getting yourself a seat at the table. Because when we're seeing multiple offers, buyers agents, we may be getting that phone call from the listing agent saying, "Hey, appreciate the offer. Unfortunately, we went with a different offer." There's not much we can do at that point because they probably already accepted that offer. But if we can get that phone call from that agent saying, "Hey, Mark, we love your offer, but do you think your client would do this or change this?" That's an opportunity that we have a chance to go back to that seller and say yes or no. And then that's, like I said, we have a chance to put keep our hat in the ring in that side. So that's the biggest thing from our quick tip today is basically having a strategy to get a seat at the table when you are that buyer. That's a huge important step on that side. So as you can see here, numbers are on the board. So we got 730 new listings that went live in the last 7 days, 516 new contracts written. So last week we had 445. So what do we got about our 70 additional buyers entered that buyer pool in the last week? Our inventory basically stayed about the same as far as new listings. We had 723, 730 this week. We saw more buyer activity come in the marketplace. Sold homes. That's what the market is indicative of what it did 30 to 45 days ago. 606 happy new homers there. Last week we were at 651. So that's about the same what we saw, about 30, 45 days ago. So our interest rates kind of hovering about the same, kind of anywhere between that 6.25, 6.5, depending on the day, with the activity going on, Middle East, oil prices, things of that sort, stock market, things of that. But yeah, so that's the thing we're looking at there. So months of inventory saw that number drop a little bit. So obviously we see more homes come off the market, not as many go on the market. That's going to affect our inventory there. So we're seeing that standpoint there. So what does that mean to you, buyers, sellers? Obviously, buyers' demand is picking up again. So you got to have a strategy, like I said in that quick tip side of there. So good homes are moving fast. So if there's a good house out there, if it goes on the market on Thursday, it may be under contract by Thursday night. So that's meaning you have to jump. Sometimes when the sellers say jump, you got to say how high, in that side of it. And so, like I said, again, it's having that strategy and working with us here, knowing what the market's doing, knowing what the prices are in that price point, not overpaying for a house, not letting emotions drive the transaction, and looking at the numbers and exactly, is that a good price for that home from a buyer's perspective. Again, it just boils down to being prepared in that side of it. So from a seller's perspective, buyer activity, like I said, picking up. So hopefully more showings and things of that sort on your house. Strategy obviously drives results. Same thing on the buying side. Have preparation, have a strategy, and inventory. Obviously shrinking in that side, so we saw more homes come off the market. Pretty knowledgeable there. So again, market knowledge and strategy is key. You can't beat that drum enough. But if we can help you in any way, shape, or form, let us know. We do these videos every week, give you quick tips. If you want to see anything else or any other videos or anything like that, jump on our YouTube page. Even on our championsrealestateteam.com page, you can see all of our old market videos, things of that sort of what's gone on, historically speaking, and that side. So yeah, appreciate you taking a look. Obviously, we'll be back next week. If you have any topics you want us to cover, direct message me. My number's down here on the screen here at 672-7670. And again, appreciate everybody listening, and we'll see you next week. So, and welcome all those College World Series fans. So if you're new into Omaha, I was actually just speaking with the Alabama catcher. The mom of the Alabama catcher basically is friends with one of my past clients that lives down in Texas. Gave me a call, reached out to me. Happy to help those College World Series fans here in the Omaha area. Give her kind of rundown of the city, places to stay and stuff like that. So try to help her find a place, either Airbnb or some of our agents that have those connections and that side. So we're happy to help. Welcome to Omaha for those in town for the College World Series, and we will see everybody next week in the middle of the series. So good luck to all those teams out there.